Okay. Let me go ahead and pause it. Alright. So 51st consists of Packwater, QC, and Combo.
She say it be hurting, hit her cervix, I'm damaging. Had her on her back, I made her tap like she's a...
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Hopefully everybody is having a great, wonderful day, great, wonderful night. If you're not, man, hopefully this video can and will make you feel alright. Listen, man, if you don't feel like you matter, you absolutely do, okay? Just because of the simple fact you tuned in to the video, and that means a lot to me, so you are appreciated. Alright, man, one of the subscribers, one of the supporters, basically said today we should be reacting to the deadly war in Camden, or however you pronounce it, okay? I probably chefed and butchered the name, but it's going to be Gxng versus 51. I'm bad at reading, and somebody said that I couldn't. Whatever, man. Let's go ahead and get into the video, man. I'm gonna go ahead and limit the pause, and just because of the simple fact it is 10 minutes long, and you guys know I like to do my commentary, but let's go ahead and get into it, man.
Two men have been stabbed to death in two separate attacks in Kentish Town in North London last night. The body of the first victim, believed to be in his late teens, was found a couple of hours before police discovered the second victim, who's thought to be in his 20s.
Camden, the heart of fashion and culture in London, with some of the most expensive house prices and biggest tourist attractions in England. And from the outside in, looks like the perfect place to live. Well, that's what the government want to show you. Once we go deeper into the lower income...
Okay, so let me go ahead and pause. See, the government is not showing you about who got chefed. Not gonna show that, huh?
Estates of the borough. We start to see a different story. A story of the country's most deprived estates in London being separated from roads of millionaires literally by one street, and how these estates have created a deadly gang war which has taken over the borough in recent years. But before I get into the video, be sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. Let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
So Camden is a borough in northwest London and is very, very close to the centre of London. But despite the area being so close to the rich centre of the country,
he don't got a mask. He don't care. Who is that?
Brazy. So historically, unlike neighbouring areas like Islington and Brent, Camden's beef situation hasn't been as active as others. But this all changed around 2016 when a man from Camden called Merce had his watch stolen from another man from another area in Camden. After this, there was some back and forth, which resulted in a big rivalry in the borough, literally between groups of kids that grew up together. One side being gangs built up from a few estates in Camden.
All this chefing is over a watch? So they doing all this murdering over a watch. They putting in the split over a watch. Are you serious?
Which were the Peckwater gang from the Peckwater estate, the QC gang, which were from a road in Camden called Queen's Crescent, and Combo, which is a gang made up from an estate called Regent's Park in Cumberland Market. They linked up together and called themselves 51st, due to their postcodes being in NW1 and NW5, which is where the 5 and the 1 come from. And from the other side of the feud, we have a gang called Gxng, which some people may know from their songs, and they're from the Ager Grove estate in Camden. And Gxng are affiliated with another gang called CT1 and NRB, which they all linked up and called themselves 71st. And just like that, the war was now on between 51st and 71st.
Okay. Let me go ahead and pause it. Alright. So 51st consists of Packwater, QC, and Combo. Okay. And 71st consists of Gxng, NRB, and CT1. That sounds like explosive. I still don't understand. I need to know, how do they even get these names? That's what that's the part where I'm like really confused at, because this sounds like a bomb. Think about it. NRB CT1. That sounds like a detonative explosive. Okay, so we got Gxng. Why did they cross out the A? Why don't they understand? Because I don't get that. Okay, because I know like with Bloods and Crips, they usually cross out each other's what you call it, letters. You know what I'm saying? So if it's C's and the Bloods, they usually have a word with a C in it. They'll cross it out or whatever. So I'm just trying to figure out, where did that A come from? I don't know, because it's a Packwater, QC, Combo.
over this watch being stolen. So Camden is actually home to a big Somalian community, with a big
So his
portion of them
watch
residing in Acre Grove, which
was
is
stolen.
the territory of the 71st
That's why they
gang.
beefing.
Such a big community that the majority of 71st members are actually Somalian. And if you watch one of my previous videos on Mali Strip, Somalian people are people you don't want to be messing with, which you will understand more in this video. And this beef was on go from early. In 2017, 2 members of the AG gang, which represents 71st, executed a triple shooting on 3 51st members. 2 of the members ran to a nearby hospital, but while hospital staff was treating the 2 members, they also called police to the hospital to investigate the situation. Once the 2 realized the police was called, they didn't even care about their treatment anymore, and attempted to run out of the hospital while still having bullet wounds lodged in them. But the police ended up...
They are really down for the cause because of the simple fact, like, you got shot. Imagine you you got shot, right? You in the hospital. I've been hit. They say they calling the police. Hey, yo, fam, and they run out with a bullet wound in the arm. So how did they even get the bullet wound out? How?
Detaining them and arresting them after a struggle between the both. The reason they wanted to run was because all 3 members are actually wanted for suspicion of grievous bodily harm, which all 3 were eventually arrested for. Now, of course, 51st weren't happy
right,
about
so you
this
wouldn't want to go to
shooting,
the hospital. Let me pause it right there. Oh, dude, he would just... How do you even... he was smoking through the mask. How do you even do that? Like, I don't know. It's like some of these drill rappers are not even really human just because of the simple fact, like, how can you get a pull through a mask that's thick?
Back in blood. So they went lurking on the Acre Grove estate and shot a rival in the face with a shotgun. The rival actually managed to survive and make his own way back to hospital. But this beef
shot
really
him in the
kicked off
face with a
situation that
shotgun.
wasn't even linked to both of the gangs. So on February 2017, a 16-year-old girl had an Airbnb party in Kensington, West London. You know those type of parties where a girl invites 7 different types of gangs and asks people to leave their beef at home? Yeah, one of those. So at this party, there were people from all over London there, but a few uninvited guests tried to pull up to the party. One of these people being a boy from 51st called Dotty and his friend, who pulled up to the party with a gun and knife looking for trouble. But the night turned left for Dotty and his friend, and ended up with Dotty being chased down by 20 young boys.
20 of them? Wait, okay, what I'm not understanding, if he had the gun and the knife, why didn't he shoot back? Why didn't he just shoot at him? But he got a gun and a knife?
It's caught up to him. They stabbed him 13 times.
Look how many
together,
people
actually
is
resulted in
running
Dotty
after
dying,
him. Hey,
with
yo,
4
fam.
16-year-old boys from Hackney and Tottenham were sentenced.
They
and
running.
convicted.
Hey, yo,
The
fam.
51st were mad about this situation, obviously, that their member Dotty was just stabbed to death. So they were out trying to get revenge. So they went out for revenge in a stolen BMW and travelled all the way from Camden, northwest London, to Hackney in East London, and then to Tottenham in North London, because that's where the people who killed Dotty were from. But they ended up finding no one from both areas. But they weren't trying to go home without spilling some blood first. So 51st went all the way back to Camden to look for 71st members, and found an affiliate member of 71st called AK and killed him. But they weren't done there. They were riding for a whole nother 2 hours looking for more 71st members, and found...
This drill lasted 2 hours? Bro, you driving 2 hours to chef somebody. Bro, what? 2 hours?
The 71st member called Mitch's little brother. Mitch's little brother attempted to run into a cab and begged the driver to drive him to safety, but the driver refused to move, and he was dragged out of the cab and stabbed to death by 51st members, all within 2 hours of their first murder they committed that night, and 6 members were sentenced to life for these murders. Then on September 4th, 2017, a member from 51st called Flips, and the older brother of the second boy who died that night called Mitch, bumped into each other on Hampstead Road in Camden, and started getting into a little altercation, which ended with Flips stabbing Mitch in his arm, neck, and back, leaving the knife lodged into Mitch's bones and murdering him. An undercover policeman just happened to witness this whole situation and ran down Flips and arrested him. And now Flips is serving 17 years to life.
Why is he smiling while he getting arrested? What's funny about that? You going to jail.
And members from all sides started to get taken down for conspiracies, firearms, and drug charges. And the beef started to die down a bit. But then 2019 hit.
I'ma pause that. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. Can y'all imagine going through this complex? Just imagine if you coming from the store, you coming from school, you coming from wherever, you coming from your sneaky link house. Imagine you come around that corner and you see them. What y'all gonna do? And you already know what I'm about to say. What if they say, hey, you're fam? What you gonna do? And be honest. Drop it in the comments. Let me know what you do honestly. I know a lot of people say, oh, I'm running to him, I ran. No, I'm running away. Look at them. They just look sneaky. They look like they ready for trouble, guys. This guy has on a bleached parka.
A lot of the members that were locked up
Probably got
started to come
blood
out,
on
and
it. That's
taking
why
into
you had to
consideration
bleach it,
that
because there's
51st
blood on
members,
it. You
just
can't even
before
see
everyone
his
started
face.
going to prison and killed 3 71st members. 71st members started coming out of prison on some demon time, and were most definitely looking for revenge with no warnings. The first signs that 71st was really back was on a cold Tuesday in February. 1 AM in the morning, a 51st member called Gxng was walking past the Sainsbury's in Camden when a 4x4 crashed into him, and several 71st members jumped out on him like a pack.